So I just did something I haven't done in a long time. I just called my congressman and Brad Sherman. The number is 202-225-5911, and I just saved it in my phone. I feel so shaky. I feel so inept, and I feel so I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm going to put this video out. I just know that um, as somebody in the dream space, I am passionate about dreams. I'm passionate about dreaming. I'm passionate about what our dreaming mind can do beyond what our ordinary consciousness can do. And yet, I don't want to just be a dreamer that's hanging out in the dream space while there's kind of hell breaking loose on earth. And I also don't want to come off half cocked about what's going on. But one thing I'm clear about is when I feel like I'm clearest about what's personal. And what's personal is years ago, my dad was a police chief in Los Angeles in Huntington Park. Huntington Park was and is a sanctuary city. And now that he's no longer a cop and he can, I can say these things, but when the ICE agents would come to town to like round people up, my dad would do everything he could to distract them, to divert their attention, to send them on a wild goose chase while he would tell the people, get on a bus, hide, and do. So my dad was a part of the system doing something positive on the ground, boots on the ground where he could. So I don't have boots on the ground, except I will show up when I need to. But I will say we need to do what we can do. So one thing I know how to do is pray. One thing I know how to do is dream. And also, I know how to write. So these are things that are in my realm of control. And I'm going to invite us into a prayer. I'm also inviting you to call your congressperson and say, abolish ICE. Do whatever you can to abolish ICE. Apparently, there were Democratic people that, Congress people that voted for ICE that didn't know what it would become, or maybe they did. I don't know. So call your congressperson and just say, abolish ICE, do your part to abolish ICE. I mean, maybe that's something. And in the meantime, what might sound like an airy-fairy frivolous thing to do when there are people, my friends who have families in Iran, where we're just people shooting people, killing people in hospitals, in hospitals. Like, this is the stuff of nightmares. Like, and my friends in Venezuela who are confused because they were under a dictator's reign and that dictator has been taken out and yet another dictator is in, and the dictator was taken over by a dictator. Like, none of these are good things, and yet there's the hope that that it will be a less severe dictatorship. I mean, so what can we do when we're in the midst of a nightmare, a waking nightmare? My perspective is we have to find the solution, and we have to find our particular solution, and we have to be bold. We have to do whatever we can do within the realm of our limitations. We're all limited, and yet there's something that we can do. So I just want to invite you to a prayer with me, and let's see where we go with this. So let's just, if you can, close your eyes and just take a breath, because we really are not of much good when we are hyperventilating, when we are reacting. So calming our nervous system with a breath is always a good thing. And let's remind ourselves, if we have the wherewithal to even be watching or listening to this, we are lucky, we are blessed, we are grateful. Let's be grateful for this breath. And let's just allow ourselves to indulge in the sense of, in this moment, we are safe, safe enough to drop in, safe enough to open the trap door of our consciousness that takes us out of the hell realm of negativity without turning away from it, but as they say in A Course in Miracles, doing what they say, to look at the crucifixion, but dwell not on it. So we're looking at what's going on in this world. We're looking at what happened to Renee Good and Alex Pretty and the other ones who've been injured by ICE agents. And we look at that and we look at what else there is. We open up the skylight of our consciousness and we allow in the awareness from the 23rd Psalm that even as we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I am with you. So that there's a spirit that is beyond all of this, that is always with us. And we can tap into that power, we can tap into that presence because it's always at hand. And we can ask, as we are aligned with that presence, what is the part that is mine to do? What is my part? How may I move me and let me act, let me move when moved, let me speak when spoken through. Let me do what is mine to do. Let me be on the side of the solution and not add to the problem. Let me be aligned with what is higher, with a vision that stands for the well-being of and the respect of all people. So let us be aligned with the highest part of ourselves, the indivisible aspect of ourselves. And let us do the part that is ours to do. And with this, I just say thank you. And so it is. Amen. So you might be having a hard time sleeping during these times. And prayer is a really good way to go to sleep. And also doing something is a good way to calm our conscience and sleep. So I just joined in my local area. There's an organization called Indivisible Topanga. There's a branch in Topanga. So I think there's indivisible organizations which stand for the good of all, that don't separate. And there's also something called the Great Mother March that is coming up in it's coming up in March, I believe, which is a really good time. It starts on the spring equinox. And what I love about the Great Mother March is that it's doing something, but it's inviting people to tap into the Great Mother archetype, so whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, we all have a great mother within us. It's the part of ourselves that actually cares about all sentient beings, past, present, future. It's the part of us that is bigger than just our reactive here and now moments. So there's something about this archetype that gives me peace when I think, because hatred is a poison. And if it spurs us to act in a positive way, great. Most of the time, I think it creates more havoc. But if when we are moved by that part of us that is higher, that part of us that sees all beings as our children, even if the children are acting out horribly, we still love them and we want kindness for them. And yes, I know that there are bullies, there are narcissists that are in charge, that don't know how to respond to respect or kindness. They just want what they want. So these are the complications. This is the cognitive dissonance. So I'm not a politician. I'm not somebody who speaks about politics. Dreams are an equal opportunity adventure. I want to be a heart space that is open and big enough for all people. I want to love people. I don't want to divide people. I want to add to the solution and not to the problem. And it's hard to figure out that math. It is hard. And yet we're being called to do that individually. So, one thing we can do, call your congressman and just express what you want and what you think is important. For me, I said just abolish ICE, do what you can to abolish ICE, period, end of story. I signed up for Indivisible Topanga. That's something in my area that I can contribute to, that I can march with, that I can show up for. And I can be kind to the people I know that are on the other side of the aisle, that have different beliefs than me. I can seek to understand them, and I can seek to dream from a dreaming place. Everyone is in us. There is not one part of humanity that isn't within us. We can seek to understand those parts. So I simply ask you, what is your part to do? Do you want to pray today? Do you want to regulate your nervous system today? Do you want to march? Do you want to stand for something? Do you want to act? And I stand with you.